Geert Wilders, a prominent politician whose influence has significantly shaped the landscape of Dutch politics. Wilders, known for his outspoken views on immigration and Islam, has become a polarizing figure in the Netherlands. As the leader of the Party for Freedom, PVV, he advocates for strict immigration controls and has been a vocal critic of Islam, often sparking heated debates about national identity and cultural integration. Geert Wilders' rise in Dutch politics is marked by a blend of controversy and conviction, particularly regarding his views on Islam and immigration. Born in 1963, Wilders entered the political arena in the late 1990s, initially serving as an aide to a prominent member of the People's Party for Freedom and Democracy, VVD. However, his political journey took a decisive turn when he founded the Party for Freedom, PVV, in 2006, positioning himself as a staunch advocate against what he perceives as the threats posed by Islam to Dutch culture and values. His controversial stance includes calls for a ban on the Quran and a halt to immigration from Muslim-majority countries, which has polarized public opinion and sparked intense debates across the nation. Wilders' views did not emerge in a vacuum. They are deeply rooted in the historical context of rising concerns over immigration and integration in the Netherlands, particularly following events such as the 9/11 attacks and the murder of filmmaker Theo van Gogh in 2004. These incidents heightened fears surrounding radical Islam and contributed to Wilders' growing popularity among voters who felt their cultural identity was under siege. His outspoken rhetoric has led to significant backlash, including legal challenges and threats to his safety, culminating in his conviction for inciting hatred in 2016. Notably, Wilders has also found himself on Al-Qaeda's most wanted list, a testament to the extreme reactions his views provoke. This complex interplay of ideology, history, and personal conviction has solidified Wilders' status as a key figure in contemporary Dutch politics. The historical context of Dutch tolerance is rooted in a long-standing tradition of embracing cultural diversity, which has evolved significantly over time. Historically, the Netherlands has been known for its liberal attitudes, particularly in areas such as cultural expression and the use of soft drugs. This reputation for tolerance was shaped during the golden age of the 17th century, when the country became a refuge for those fleeing persecution, fostering a society that celebrated pluralism and individual freedoms. However, the landscape began to shift with the influx of immigrants from Turkey and Morocco in the 1960s and 1970s, who were initially welcomed to fill labor shortages. As these communities settled, they contributed to the rich tapestry of Dutch society, yet their presence also sparked complex challenges. Over time, the integration of these immigrant populations became a contentious issue, leading to debates about cultural assimilation and the preservation of Dutch identity. The initial embrace of multicultural policies began to wane as public sentiment shifted, particularly in response to rising concerns over social cohesion and security. Events such as the 9/11 attacks and domestic incidents involving radicalization intensified scrutiny of immigration and integration policies, leading many to question the effectiveness of the multicultural model. This evolving perspective has resulted in a more critical view of tolerance, with increasing calls for stricter immigration controls and a re-evaluation of what it means to be Dutch. The once celebrated ethos of tolerance now faces challenges, reflecting the complexities of navigating cultural diversity in a rapidly changing society. The development of parallel societies among immigrant communities in the Netherlands, particularly among Turkish and Moroccan populations, has become a pressing issue in recent years. Many Turkish and Moroccan immigrants initially settled in urban areas, often facing challenging living conditions characterized by economic hardship and limited access to quality education and employment opportunities. These factors have contributed to the establishment of tight-knit communities where cultural practices and languages are preserved, but they have also led to social isolation from the broader Dutch society. The development of parallel societies among immigrant communities in the Netherlands, particularly among Turkish and Moroccan populations, has become a pressing issue in recent years. Many Turkish and Moroccan immigrants initially settled in urban areas, often facing challenging living conditions characterized by economic hardship and limited access to quality education and employment opportunities. These factors have contributed to the establishment of tight-knit communities where cultural practices and languages are preserved, but they have also led to social isolation from the broader Dutch society. As these communities grew, a concerning trend emerged among the second generation of immigrants, who often grappled with identity issues and feelings of alienation. Reports indicate a rise in crime rates among this demographic, attributed to a combination of socioeconomic factors, lack of opportunities, and a sense of disenfranchisement. The challenges faced by these young individuals have fueled public discourse around integration and the effectiveness of existing policies aimed at fostering social cohesion. The implications of segregation and insufficient integration are profound. Parallel societies can lead to a breakdown in communication and understanding between immigrant communities and the native population, fostering stereotypes and perpetuating social divides. This lack of integration not only hampers the potential for economic mobility among immigrants, but also raises concerns about social stability and national identity. As the Netherlands grapples with these complexities, the need for effective policies that promote genuine integration and address the root causes of segregation has never been more critical. The challenge lies in bridging the gap between diverse communities while fostering a shared sense of belonging within Dutch society. The political climate in the Netherlands during the 2000s was marked by significant turmoil and transformation, particularly surrounding issues of immigration and Islam. The assassination of filmmaker Theo van Gogh in 2004, a vocal critic of Islam, sent shockwaves through Dutch society and had a profound impact on public discourse. This tragic event not only highlighted the tensions between freedom of expression and religious sensitivities, but also intensified fears regarding radicalization and security. The subsequent backlash against perceived threats from Islam led to a more polarized political landscape, where discussions about immigration became increasingly charged and contentious. Amidst this backdrop, Geert Wilders emerged as a prominent figure, capitalizing on the growing discontent surrounding immigration policies and the integration of Muslim communities. As the leader of the Party for Freedom, PVV, Wilders gained notoriety for his provocative statements and hardline stance against Islam, positioning himself as a defender of Dutch values. His party experienced notable electoral successes, particularly in the 2006 and 2010 elections, reflecting a significant shift in voter sentiment. Many citizens, feeling disillusioned with traditional political parties, turned to Wilders as a voice for their concerns about cultural identity and national security. Simultaneously, media coverage regarding immigration and Islam underwent a transformation, with an increasing focus on negative narratives and sensational stories. This shift contributed to a climate of fear and suspicion, further entrenching divisions within society. As Wilders' influence grew, so did the normalization of anti-immigrant rhetoric in public discourse, reshaping the political landscape and setting the stage for ongoing debates about multiculturalism and integration in the Netherlands. The growing polarization in Dutch society regarding immigration and Islam has become increasingly evident in recent years, leading to significant social and political ramifications. As Geert Wilders and his Party for Freedom, PVV, have gained traction with their hardline stance against Islam, many Muslim communities in the Netherlands have experienced a sense of alienation and marginalization. This feeling of exclusion is compounded by rising anti-Muslim sentiment, which has manifested in both verbal and physical attacks, creating an environment where many Muslims feel unwelcome and targeted. Public response to Wilders' rhetoric has been mixed. While he has garnered substantial support from segments of the population who resonate with his calls for stricter immigration controls and a rejection of multiculturalism, others have vehemently opposed his views. Critics argue that Wilders' inflammatory language exacerbates divisions and fosters an atmosphere of intolerance. This polarization has led to a fracturing of societal cohesion, with communities increasingly segregated along cultural and ideological lines. The implications of this polarization for Dutch society are profound. As tensions rise, the potential for social unrest increases, threatening the stability and unity of the nation. Moreover, the alienation of Muslim communities can hinder their integration and participation in society, perpetuating cycles of disenfranchisement and resentment. This dynamic not only affects the individuals within these communities, but also poses challenges for the broader Dutch identity, as the nation grapples with questions of tolerance, diversity, and what it means to coexist in an increasingly multicultural society. The ongoing polarization underscores the urgent need for dialogue and understanding to bridge the divides and foster a more inclusive environment for all citizens. Geert Wilders has demonstrated a remarkable ability to adapt his political strategy over time, shifting from extreme rhetoric to a more nuanced approach that encompasses broader policy discussions. Initially, Wilders gained notoriety for his provocative statements against Islam and immigration, which resonated with a significant portion of the electorate who felt their cultural identity was under threat. However, as the political landscape evolved and public sentiment began to shift, Wilders recognized the need to broaden his appeal beyond his core anti-Islam message. In recent campaigns, Wilders has increasingly focused on economic issues and healthcare, addressing concerns that extend beyond immigration and cultural identity. By incorporating discussions on the rising cost of living, healthcare accessibility, and economic stability, he has sought to connect with voters who prioritize these pressing issues. This strategic pivot has allowed Wilders to position himself as a candidate who not only defends Dutch values, but also advocates for the practical needs of the populace, thereby expanding his voter base. The impact of these changes on Wilders' electoral success has been significant. By diversifying his platform, he has managed to maintain relevance in a rapidly changing political environment, appealing to a broader demographic that includes those who may not fully align with his earlier, more extreme views. This evolution has helped the PVV secure substantial support in various elections, demonstrating that Wilders' adaptability has been a key factor in his sustained prominence in Dutch politics. As he continues to navigate the complexities of public opinion, his ability to balance his foundational beliefs with the evolving concerns of voters will likely shape his future political trajectory. Thank you for watching.